2:43 p.m. Strait of Hormuz, blazing afternoon sun, perfect visibility, a single aircraft, flying at 40,000 feet, no visible contrails, no detectable radar return, no electronic emissions of any kind. The F-35C Lightning II, the most advanced combat aircraft ever built, $108 million per airframe. A fifth-generation multi-role stealth fighter whose entire design philosophy can be summarized in 4 words. You cannot fight what you cannot find. In this scenario, the aircraft had been orbiting above the Strait of Hormuz for 47 minutes, watching, collecting, mapping every Iranian radar installation along the northern coastline, every surface-to-air missile battery, every coastal defense position, pushing a complete electronic picture of Iran's Hormuz defense architecture via Link 16 to USS Abraham Lincoln 60 miles away. Iranian radar operators at Bandar Abbas had been staring at their screens for 47 minutes. They saw nothing. Then, in this simulation, someone made a decision that would define the next 23 minutes. An Iranian IRGC Air Force commander, watching a commercial aviation feed that had detected an unusual flight pattern, ordered 4 F-14 Tomcats scrambled from Bandar Abbas Air Base. Iran's most capable interceptor aircraft, upgraded with domestically produced avionics, armed with Fakhr 90 long-range air-to-air missiles, 4 of them, heading toward the last known approximate position of whatever was making that unusual flight pattern. Tehran's calculation was simple. 4 F-14S against 1 unknown aircraft, overwhelming numbers, home airspace advantage, Iranian pilots flying aircraft they had operated for decades. They made 4 catastrophic mistakes. First, in this scenario, the F-35C they were scrambling toward had already detected all 4 F-14S the moment their radar systems activated on the ground, before they left the runway. Second, the F-35C pilot had already transmitted complete targeting data on all 4 F-14S to USS Abraham Lincoln via Link 16 before the Iranian aircraft reached altitude. Third, 2 more F-35Cs had been orbiting at 50,000 feet, completely invisible to Iranian radar, the entire time. Fourth, in this simulation, the F-35C was not alone. It was never alone. It was the visible bait in a trap that had been set 47 minutes earlier. What happened in the next 23 minutes became the most one-sided aerial engagement over the Strait of Hormuz in modern history. This is that story. To understand what Iran was attempting, you need to understand what the F-35C represents to Iranian military doctrine. For 2 decades, Iran has publicly claimed that American stealth aircraft are not as invisible as Washington claims. That Iranian radar systems, upgraded with Russian and Chinese technical assistance, can detect 5th-generation stealth aircraft under certain atmospheric conditions. That the F-35 is not invulnerable. That Iranian air defenses are not as helpless against American stealth as the Pentagon suggests. In this scenario, scrambling 4 F-14S to intercept an F-35C over the Strait of Hormuz was not just a tactical decision. It was a strategic statement, prove that Iranian air power can challenge American stealth, prove that the Strait of Hormuz is Iranian airspace, prove that the F-35C is not untouchable above waters Iran considers its own. One successful intercept, even a close approach that forces the F-35C to maneuver defensively, and Tehran reshapes the narrative about American air power dominance in the Persian Gulf. The Strait of Hormuz carries 20% of the world's oil. The airspace above it carries something equally important: the credibility of American military deterrence. Iran was betting 4 F-14S that they could damage that credibility. They were wrong. Here's what made this engagement completely one-sided before the first Iranian aircraft left the runway. The F-35C Lightning II is not primarily a fighter aircraft. It is a sensor platform that can also fight. The distinction matters enormously. Its AN/A PG-81 active electronically scanned array radar operates in low probability of intercept mode, meaning it collects targeting data without generating the detectable radar emissions that tell enemy aircraft they are being tracked. Iranian radar warning receivers, the systems that alert pilots when enemy radar is scanning them, detected nothing. Its AN/A AQ-37 distributed aperture system, 6 infrared cameras mounted around the entire airframe, gives the pilot a complete 360-degree thermal picture of the airspace in all directions simultaneously. No blind spots, no aspect angle limitations. The moment the 4 Iranian F-14 ignited their afterburners on the runway at Bandar Abbas, the F-35C pilot saw them, not on radar, on infrared, from 40,000 feet, before they left the ground. And its radar cross-section, the measure of how visible an aircraft is to enemy radar, is approximately 0.0015 square meters. For comparison, a conventional fighter aircraft like an F-14 or Su-27 has a radar cross-section of approximately 10 to 15 square meters. The F-35C is effectively 10,000 times harder to detect on radar than the aircraft Iran scrambled to intercept it. Iran's F-14S were flying toward a target their radar could not find. The F-35C already knew exactly where all 4 of them were. That is not an engagement. That is a geometry problem with one possible answer. 2:43 p.m. In this scenario, Iranian IRGC Air Force commander orders 4 F-14 Tomcats scrambled from Bandar Abbas Air Base. Radar systems activate on the ground during pre-flight checks. 2:43 p.m. in 18 seconds. F-35C pilot detects all 4 F-14 radar activations via AN/A AQ-37 distributed aperture system. Complete targeting data, aircraft type, runway position, heading, fuel load estimate, transmitted via Link 16 to USS Abraham Lincoln and 2 F-35Cs orbiting at 50,000 feet. All before the Iranian aircraft leave the ground. 2:46 p.m. 4 Iranian F-14S airborne, climbing to intercept altitude, radar systems active and scanning, detecting nothing. Their radar warning receivers, silent. No indication that 3 F-35Cs have had complete targeting solutions on all 4 of them since before takeoff. 2:48 p.m. In this simulation, Iranian flight lead transmits to Bandar Abbas ground control. No radar contact on target, requesting updated bearing. Ground control transmits approximate bearing based on commercial aviation feed anomaly. The F-14S turned toward a position where the F-35C is no longer located. The F-35C moved 40 miles in the 2 minutes since the commercial feed detected it. 2:49 p.m. F-35C pilot activates AN/APG-81 radar in low probability of intercept mode. Complete weapons quality track on all 4 F-14S. Simulated AIM-120D AMRAAM missile solutions. Calculated for all 4 aircraft simultaneously. Range 28 miles. All 4 Iranian aircraft within engagement envelope. None of them aware. 2:51 p.m. Iranian flight lead activates pulse Doppler radar in search mode attempting to acquire the F-35C. The F-35C's radar cross-section at the engagement angle, approximately 0.0015 square meters. Iranian radar cannot generate a tracking solution. Its radar warning receiver on F-35C still silent. Iranian radar has not detected the aircraft it is searching for. 2:52 p.m., 2 F-35Cs descending from 50,000 feet, moving to flanking positions on either side of the Iranian formation. Iranian radar still detecting nothing. 4 Iranian F-14S now have 3 F-35CS in weapons envelope. 0 of the 3 F-35Cs detectable on Iranian radar. 2:53 p.m. In this scenario, F-35C flight lead transmits on Iranian military aviation frequency. Iranian aircraft, you have entered a designated U.S. Navy operational zone. You are currently within weapons engagement range of 3 U.S. Navy F-35C aircraft. For your safety, recommend immediate return to base. 2:53 p.m. and 40 seconds, Iranian flight lead responds, demanding identification, requesting the American aircraft reveal its position. T2:54 p.m. F-35C flight lead response. In this simulation, your radar has been scanning this airspace for 8 minutes. You have not detected us. We have had weapons quality tracks on all 4 of your aircraft since before you left the runway. We are recommending you return to base. This is the only recommendation we will make. 2:55 p.m. Iranian flight lead transmits to Bandar Abbas ground control, requesting guidance. In this scenario, ground control patches through to IRGC Air Force Command. The conversation is intercepted and recorded by the F-35C's electronic intelligence systems. 2:56 p.m. In this simulation, IRGC Air Force Command assesses the situation. 4 F-14S in the air, no radar contact on any American aircraft. An American voice on military frequency claiming 3 F-35Cs have had targeting solutions since before takeoff. No way to verify or deny. 2:57 p.m. In this scenario, IRGC Air Force Command makes the rational professional decision. Iranian flight lead ordered to return to base. 2:58 p.m. 4 Iranian F-14S begin turn back toward Bandar Abbas. The engagement is over. No weapons fired. No radar locks achieved by Iranian aircraft. No detectable American aircraft on any Iranian sensor system. 3:06 p.m. All 4 Iranian F-14S land at Bandar Abbas. 3:07 p.m. F-35C flight lead transmits routine status update to USS Abraham Lincoln. In this scenario, airspace clear. Continuing patrol. 23 minutes, 4 Iranian interceptors, 3 American stealth fighters, 0 shots fired, 0 radar contacts achieved by Iranian systems. Complete American air superiority, maintained without a single visible engagement. In this scenario, the silence from Iranian state media was itself the story. When Iranian aircraft successfully intercept foreign aircraft, state media broadcasts it immediately. Footage, pilot interviews, official statements claiming sovereignty over Iranian airspace vindicated. In this simulation, there was no broadcast, no statement, no footage, because there was nothing Iran could show that did not reveal the full dimensions of what had happened. 4 F-14 scrambled. 0 radar contacts achieved on any American aircraft. An American voice on military frequency claiming complete targeting solutions on all 4 Iranian aircraft from before takeoff, and a recommendation to return to base that IRGC Air Force Command had accepted. Iranian state media said nothing. Allied intelligence networks said plenty. The intercepted IRGC Air Force Command communications, the radar data from USS Abraham Lincoln showing 4 Iranian F-14S turning back to base. The Link 16 record showing complete weapons quality tracks on all 4 Iranian aircraft maintained continuously from before takeoff to landing. And a single operational note filed by the F-35C flight lead. In this scenario, 4 Iranian F-14 Tomcats attempted visual intercept of F-35C conducting routine surveillance patrol above Strait of Hormuz. No radar contact achieved by Iranian aircraft at any point during engagement. All 3 F-35Cs maintained weapons quality tracks on all 4 Iranian aircraft from before Iranian takeoff. Iranian aircraft returned to base upon radio contact. No weapons employed. Airspace secure. Routine. But here is what this scenario proved about the F-35C and about the future of air power over the Strait of Hormuz. Iran scrambled 4 of its most capable interceptor aircraft to challenge 1 F-35C. Aircraft that Iranian pilots have flown for decades. Aircraft armed with long-range missiles. Aircraft with experienced crews who know the airspace above Hormuz better than almost anyone. And they never found what they were looking for. Not because the F-35C outmaneuvered them, not because American pilots are more skilled than Iranian pilots, but because the F-35C exists in a different electromagnetic environment than the aircraft Iran sent to find it. Iranian radar sees the sky above Hormuz as a visible space. Objects in it have radar cross-sections. Those cross-sections generate returns. Those returns generate tracking solutions. Depicted. That is how air defense has worked for 70 years. The F-35C does not participate in that environment in any meaningful way. Its radar cross-section is so small that the returns it generates fall below the noise floor of conventional pulse Doppler radar systems. It is not hard to track. It is effectively untrackable by the systems Iran currently operates. In this simulation, 4 Iranian F-14s spent 8 minutes scanning airspace that contained 3 F-35Cs. Their radar warning receivers never activated. Their radar systems never generated a tracking solution. They flew through an engagement zone where 3 American aircraft had complete weapon solutions on all 4 of them and never knew any of it was happening. That is not air superiority. That is a different category of capability entirely. The Iran bet 4 F-14s that they could challenge American stealth over the Strait of Hormuz. In this scenario, they found an empty sky and a radio transmission telling them exactly what that empty sky actually contained. The Strait of Hormuz is open. The F-35C is on patrol. And somewhere above the Persian Gulf, at 40,000 feet, an aircraft that Iranian radar cannot find is watching everything, as it always has been, as it always will be. Here's my question to you. In this scenario, Iran scrambled 4 F-14 Tomcats to intercept an F-35C over Hormuz. Their radar never achieved a single contact. The F-35C had targeting solutions on all 4 Iranian aircraft from before takeoff. Do you think any air defense system currently operated by Iran or any regional power can realistically detect and engage the F-35C? Or has 5th-generation stealth permanently ended the era of conventional air power competition over the Strait of Hormuz? Comment below. I read every single one. If this breakdown changed how you understand 5th-generation air power, hit the like button and subscribe, because the next classified file is already being unlocked, trust me. You will not want to miss it. The events, dialogues, military operations, and outcomes depicted in this video are entirely fictional and created purely for educational and entertainment purposes. This is a hypothetical what-if scenario based on publicly available information about real-world military capabilities, weapon systems, and geopolitical tensions. No part of this video should be interpreted as a factual report of real events. All military engagements, casualty figures, and operational details shown are dramatized and do not represent actual incidents. We do not glorify war or violence. Our goal is to analyze military technology and doctrine in an engaging format. Viewer discretion is advised.